Welcome back to yet another episode of the Unveiled series. And alright boys, so before beginning, I'd first like to thank all of you guys that continue to support the channel, and especially those of you who like and comment on the videos. It really helps us get picked up in the algorithm. And without further ado, let us start our new series. In the world of Avatar, everybody knows about Aang, and a lot of people disapprove of Korra. But I thought, going against the grain, we'd start our review off a little differently and unveil exactly what started the beginning of bending. Long ago, before the time of nations, before man and spirit existed separately, there was a boy named Wan. Born into a world of inequality and poverty, Wan was a bright-eyed child who sought not only freedom but strength. We are first introduced to Wan as he's stealing food from the local lord, later revealed to have been doing this to feed his fellow misbegotten people. This inequality would lead Wan to hatch a plan to gain the power to make change. Little did he know, this would begin one of the most significant stories that this world had ever known. After receiving, deceiving, and misusing the power of the fire granted from the ancient lion turtle, Wan is cast out from his city, after a failed coup of sorts, becoming one of the first and only humans to ever be introduced to the spirit wilds. It is revealed that throughout the world, humanity lives scattered atop the backs of lion turtles, which upon leaving their shelter, grant humans with the ability to bend the elements themselves: water, earth, fire, and air. This needed for self-defense in the balance of the human and spirit world. The original benders of each element, however, were the sky bison for air, the dragons for fire, badger moles for earth, and the moon for water. That one kind of makes sense because the moon controls the tide, but anyway. The difference being that the lion turtles bended the energy inside of humans to allow them to utilize the elements. Within his first few days in the spirit wilds, Wan almost died several times, from almost being eaten by a man-eating plant, to being stung by wasp-like insects that looked like fruit, to even being swallowed whole by quicksand like grass. If not for bending, humans would have no chance in the spirit world. While at first, because he's a human, Wan would be rejected by the spirits. Once saving the life of his companion, Mula, the spirits recognized Wan as the kind soul that he truly is. This stemming to Wan forming deep bonds with a lot of the spirits. He will go on to integrate with the spirits and even learning the true dance of the dragon and art of firebending from dragons themselves. As Wan begins to interact with the spirits and wildlife more and more, he begins to understand their nature and befriend them, until one day Wan comes across two powerful spirits locked in titanic combat. Wan, with his naive nature, interferes in the battle and sets free the soul of darkness and chaos, Batu. The remaining spirit, Rava, berates Wan for his meddling and tells him to not engage in the affairs of the spirits any longer. Wan, continuing his journey, encounters the ancestors of the air nomads who we all come to know so well. He sees spirits and man living in harmony and balance until Vatu's presence comes and corrupts everything. Vatu, growing stronger and stronger as he sows chaos throughout the world, now dwarfs his counterpart Rava, who in tandem becomes weaker as the force of peace and order fades. Wan asks the lion turtle to grant him the power of air so that he may go on to aid the world against Vatu. The lion turtle granting the power to Wan but giving it to Rava to hold until Wan has mastered his control of the other element. Wan goes on to journey with Rava to collect eventually all of the elements, with Rava passing through him each time in their training, stating that he increases his power and feels stronger each time. The world becomes more and more unstable, however. Wan encounters his old fellow citizens, destroying the forest around them, saying that Wan was an inspiration to take the power and fight back against the world, this fueling a hateful ideology that all spirits were negative towards humanity and that there could only be bloodlust and war. Shortly after, a mass of spirits with a few familiar faces assembles to fight the humans, Wan doing his best to broker peace, but battle ensues. Wan and Rava briefly join to become the first instance we will see of the Avatar, the bridge between two worlds. This, however, taking a massive toll on Wan's body and causing him to pass out and only briefly be saved before the battle resumes. Wan awakens to find that things have indeed gotten much worse, with the humans being annihilated in the process. Rava, weakened from the chaos and negative emotions of the event, has been reduced to the size of a koi fish, Wan resorting to having to carry her in a teapot. Now the time of harmonic convergence is upon the duo, and Vatu appears stronger than ever. Wan begins the battle trying to resist the Great Spirit, but to no avail. Wan being tossed and damaged by a barrage of Vatu's attacks as he boasts that he basically was around when humanity crawled out of the mud. In a final desperate attempt, Wan and Rava join forces, and Wan begins to use the elements, each swing of his hand becoming a different element. The Avatar freshly born delivers justice to Vatu blow after triumphant blow until Wan's body is almost ready to give out. However, with harmonic convergence in full swing, a final epic push engages Wan into the Avatar state, which is the perfect fusion of himself and Rava. In this state, Wan perfectly wills the four elements and creates a prison, sealing Vatu away in the Tree of Time and then severing the connection of the spirit and physical world so no one could ever undo Vatu's imprisonment. Wan and Rava, now united as one, begin the Age of Bending. The Lion Turtles no longer gifted the people the elements. Natural benders began being born, and now ideologies and cultures clash, still leading to inevitable war as humans do. Now we find ourselves at the end of the road, with a battle-torn Wan. With his final breaths and words going towards Rava, they both die and dissipate into the air, beginning the Avatar cycle.